Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Podcast Bytes powered by India Law LLP, where we unpack significant court decisions and help you understand what the law actually says clearly and accurately. I am Apnatwa, and in today's session, we will deal with a judgment given by the Haryana Real Estate Appellate Tribunal in MS DLF Limited versus Gautam Rana, which marks a significant development of an important procedural requirement under the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act of 2016, commonly known as RERA. The central question was simple but significant, that can a promoter file an application against a refund order without first making the mandatory pre-deposit under Section 43 of Clause 5 of RERA? The tribunal answer was clearly no. The order reaffirms that when a promoter challenges an order involving the refund of money to an allottee, the promoter must first comply with the statutory pre-deposit requirement. Without that, the appeal itself is not maintainable. The matter arose from an order dated 1 August 2025, which was passed by the Haryana Real Estate Regulatory Authority, Gurugram. In that order, the authority directed the DLF company, the promoter, to refund the deposited amount to the allottee after deducting the 10% of sale consideration. The authority further directed that interest at the rate of 10.9% be paid on the balance amount from the date of termination or cancellation till the actual date of refund. The authority gave the promoter a period of 90 days to comply with the order, failing which legal consequence would follow. DLF challenged this order before the Haryana Real Estate Appellate Tribunal. Alongside with the appeal, the DLF further filed an application in order to seek a waiver or exemption from the pre-deposit required under the proviso to Section 43 Clause 5 of the Real Estate Regulating Authority Act. The registry of the tribunal submitted a report which states that the promoter was required to deposit of rupees 73,26,417 as a pre-deposit amount. The tribunal also noted that the authority's order was passed on 1 August 2025 and the appeal had been filed after a delay of 103 days. Since the order of the authority remained operative during that period, the registry calculated the pre-deposit accordingly. The main issue before the tribunal was whether a promoter challenging a RERA refund order can seek waiver or exemption from the mandatory pre-deposit required under Section 43 Clause 5 of the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016. And the second issue was that whether the appeal could be heard on merits when the promoter had not deposited the amount which is required by the registry. The appellant promoter, that is DLF Limited, argued before the court that the order of the authority was unsustainable and because the respondent allottee himself had breached the contractual obligations under the builder-buyer agreement. They further submitted that the allottee had failed to follow the agreed payment schedule despite the repeated reminders. According to DLF, based off this default, the allotment was ultimately cancelled on 20th September 2023. On this basis, DLF argued that since the allottee himself was in breach, the question of making a pre-deposit while challenging the refund order should not be arise. In simple terms, the case was that it should not be forced to deposit the refund amount first when its main grievance was that the allottee was the defaulting party. The order does not record any separate oral submission made on behalf of the respondent allottee. The tribunal therefore primarily considered the statutory requirements, the registry report, and the law laid down by the Supreme Court in New Tech Promoters and Developers Private Limited versus the state of Uttar Pradesh. The court laid down the following observation in this case. First, pre-deposit is mandatory from a promoter's appeal. The tribunal observed that the promoter had filed the appeal against an order which directs a refund of money to the allottee. Therefore, the statutory requirements under Section 43 Clause 5 had to be complied with. The tribunal made it clear that the party aggrieved by the order, in this case the promoter had to make the pre-deposit before the appeal could be entertained. Second, no waiver or exemption will be available. The tribunal relied on the Supreme Court's decision in Newtech Promoters and Developers Private Limited versus the state of UP of 2021 case. In that case, the Supreme Court held that where a promoter files an appeal against an order involving the return of money to an allottee, the promoter is under an obligation to deposit the total amount which is payable to the allottee, including interest and compensation, before the appeal is instituted. Following this principle, the Haryana RERA Appellate Tribunal held that there is no provision for the waiver or exemption of these pre-deposit requirements. The third observation was that the merits cannot be considered before maintainability. The tribunal also made an important procedural observation. It held that the DLF's challenge to the merits of the authority's order could be considered only if the appeal was maintainable in the first place. Since the appeal was not accompanied by the required pre-deposit, the tribunal could not examine whether the authority's refund order was right or wrong. In other words, the tribunal said that the merits of the case can be considered only after the statutory gateway of the pre-deposit is crossed. Fourth, delay can be considered only after the pre-deposit. The tribunal also observed that the issues such as the condonation of delay would arise only when the appeal is accompanied by the required pre-deposit procedures. Since DLF had not made the pre-deposit, the tribunal did not proceed to examine the question of delay on merits. Fifth, promoters and allottees are treated differently under the RERA. The tribunal also relied on the reasoning in the above Newtech case, where the Supreme Court explained that the promoters and allottees are different classes under the RERA Act. Promoters have heavier obligations under the RERA Act, including registration, compliances with sanction plans, payment of interest, penalty, refund, and compensation. Allottees have limited duties under Section 19. Therefore, the requirement that only promoters must make pre-deposit while filing certain appeal is not arbitrary. It is based on the objective of RERA, which is to protect home buyers and regulate the real estate sector. 6. Appeal without pre-deposit deserves dismissal. The tribunal finally observed that an appeal not accompanied by the mandatory pre-deposit deserves outright dismissal. It means, in a recent legal reporting on this order, it is described as a reaffirmation that promoter appeals against refund orders under RERA must be accompanied by the mandatory pre-deposit under Section 43, Clause 5. The Haryana Real Estate Appellate Tribunal dismissed the appeal as not maintainable due to the lack of pre-deposit. The tribunal held that there was no scope to hear the appeal on merits because the statutory pre-deposit had not been made ever. However, the tribunal gave DLF liberty to seek revival of the appeal if it made the required pre-deposit within the 1 month or 30 days from the date of the order. The accompanying applications were also dismissed. So, while the appeal was dismissed, the door was not completely closed. The promoter was given an opportunity to revive the appeal by complying with the pre-deposit requirements. This order is important because it reinforces the strict procedural framework created under the RERA. The case shows that a promoter cannot directly ask the appellate tribunal to examine the merits of a refund order without first satisfying the mandatory condition of the pre-deposit. The tribunal did not decide whether the allottee was actually in default. It also did not decide whether the cancellation of allotment by DLF was valid or invalid. Those questions were left untouched because the appeal itself had not crossed the first statutory requirements. The larger message is that under RERA, the right of appeal for a promoter is conditional. It exists, but it must be exercised in the manner prescribed by the Act. From a home buyer protection perspective, this rule ensures that refund orders are not delayed merely by filing appeals without the financial compliances. From a promoter's perspective, it means that even a strong case on merits can't be heard unless the pre-deposit requirements is first fulfilled. Therefore, the key takeaway from this order is simple that under RERA, for a promoter challenging a refund order, pre-deposit is not a formality, it is a condition for maintainability. No pre-deposit means no appeal. To conclude, this order makes one thing clear that under RERA, a promoter's right to appeal is subject to statutory compliances. When a refund order is challenged, pre-deposit is not a mere formality, but it is the gateway to maintainability. That's all for this edition of Podcast Bytes powered by India Law LLP. This is Apnat signing off. Until next time, stay informed, stay accurate, and keep the law in focus.